Alright, welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about how horror movies don't make sense in terms of their villains, right? You can name like the big trio, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees. But I'm not going to talk about Freddy Krueger because he's like the only one that kind of makes sense, but we'll talk about that later. But instead of him, I'm putting Chucky, right? Another well-known horror movie villain. I hate saying villain because, they just monsters, right? But the point is, especially Michael Myers now, their whole durability and how they survive these certain things are so dumb. Like, it makes sense in the older ones. You watch the older movies of Halloween or Friday the 13th. They turn from humans to literal zombies and demons and whatever the hell they be doing. Like Jason X, like, okay, I get how he survives certain things, but regular Jason, a human? Like, you could just say, oh, they're just a freak of nature. They're this, they're that. No freak of nature would survive getting shot like that. Not even like the tallest man on earth or Andre the Giant would survive getting shot like that, getting his fingers blown off, anything. And they just be walking around like it's nothing. But first, we're going to talk about Michael Myers because he is the most, first of all, I would say inconsistent of the three. In that being, in the first Halloween, he was, a freak of nature, taking bullets. Because, if you didn't know, humans can take like one or two bullets and still walk because of adrenaline and stuff. So you can make a point for him. But in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, this dude was just unstoppable, getting his fingers blown up, getting shot, pop, 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 pop. Dude still walking around, still killing people, right? I mean, saying, oh, this dude, they would give a little explanation of Halloween Kills, like, oh, every single person he kills, he gets stronger. Like it's some video game, like he's gaining XP and leveling up or something. Like, what? Like, first of all, a gun, especially a sniper rifle, especially with the humongous bullets, would be able to take out Michael Myers, right? But in Halloween Ends, spoiler alert, because I spoiled myself, not really, because everyone be talking about this. Michael Myers is a week old man in this one. Yeah, dude looks like he needs a cane to walk around. Dude's really, really weak from where he was before, and he never gets back to his quote unquote prime in like Halloween Kills, even though he's already out of his prime in Halloween Kills. He already got his fingers blown off in Halloween 2018, so it's like, how the hell is he not weak in Halloween Kills? That's a bit weird, right? I get it's the same night, but damn, your fingers got blown off and you're on fire. I think that's enough to take out anyone, any human. And try to say like, oh, he transcends human limitations because of the way he kills and he's pure evil and all that stuff. I don't know, man. Pure Evil looks like a week old man in the new one. I mean, I haven't watched the whole movie yet. Maybe they make it up. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But the thing is, guns in horror movies should be actually working like guns. Especially when everyone's shooting them in the torso for some reason. Like, first of all, you ain't even shooting in like where the lungs are or the heart. No, they're shooting like where his rib cage is or something. Or his stomach. Like, I get it. It's still going to do damage. But at the same time, you really about to let some murderer out there killing your entire block just walk around you and shoot him in the torso? Man, I'm about to shoot him in the heart. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I'm like, oh, snap. And they die, right? Because that's how it's supposed to happen. But no, they just walk right past it. And everyone's so dumb. Like, I get it. He's like 6 foot tall. He's going to be overpowering you, even if he wasn't superhuman. But at the same time, what about blood loss? Did they just forget about blood loss? Like, they didn't give him no superpowers. They just stab him and he's just like, nah, I got more blood in the bag, man. I got my blood bags from the blood donation and all that stuff. Don't worry, I got it, man. I could just heal myself. Like it's some video game, like he just hit a stim on himself. Like, bro, you should be dead by now. And then we got Jason Voorhees, which I think his newest movie is like a couple of years old now for the fact that it's a reboot. That one makes more sense because anyone that actually did any actual damage on Jason Voorhees, like there were some weapons thrown at him, but like you would get why a super strong muscular dude would survive it, so he makes a little bit more sense. Except for the fact that there's no guns. They go out in the woods in the wilderness with no guns. I mean, I get it. You have your car and stuff. You shouldn't be worrying about that stuff. It's not even bear spray, pepper spray, anything. And they're like, bro, blind them real quick. Like, and then over there, like Jason Voorhees is some beast of a man. Even before the reboot against like Freddy Krueger, because he fought Freddy Krueger. Remember that one movie? He fought him. He took all them damage, all the blood squirting. Is like, bro, like I get it, freak of nature and all that stuff, but it just does not make sense It does not make sense how they survive, especially bullets. There's no way that they survive bullets to that, to anywhere. Like, pop, pop, pop. They get shot like 3 times, and they're like, man, like, this is a regular Tuesday. I got this. And they just keep walking. Like, but Jason Voorhees makes more sense than Michael Myers, because I think Jason is taller than Michael Myers, and he has a machete and not a knife. So, you know, he has more range than Michael Myers. And also, for some reason, he could teleport. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's still in the reboot, but he could teleport all of a sudden. Come on, man. Y'all just putting random abilities on these horror movies and being like, yep, this is definitely gonna make sense. Like, I get it, some serial killer doesn't make sense, but come on, man. Teleportation. And then we go up to the one that makes the most sense in terms of durability, and that being Chucky, for the fact that he's a doll with no, you know, pain receptors, even though he could feel pain, you know, because I think it was Cult of Chucky. He just burns them. He's like, ah, that hurts. Like, you're a doll. What? How the hell do you feel pain? That doesn't make any sense. But he makes the most sense in terms of durability. You blow his face off. Well, it's a doll, so you can't really do that to a doll. But it also doesn't make sense for the fact that he bleeds. Yeah, Chucky bleeds and has human flesh. So that takes away the whole point of him being a doll with superhuman abilities, because he can't feel pain. But now all of a sudden he has flesh and blood, which means he could most likely bleed out and feel pain now, which takes away his durability for the fact that now he should die easier than Michael and Jason combined. Dude's a tiny little doll. People over there saying like, oh, we could just pick him up and just wail on him, which is, you know, very much possible because it's a tiny doll, and it has to be limited by the strength of the doll, which means barely any. But I don't know, man. Maybe he got that hard plastic doll or something. And I got a better solution to killing Chucky. People are like, oh, I'm going to just throw him in the fire, even though they already did that. I'm going to rip his head off. Doesn't kill him. You have to kill his heart for some reason, but whatever, right? You just grab him, submerge him in holy water, and drown him. Because obviously, voodoo exists, which means demons exist, which means some sort of religion has to exist, and their thing of holiness has to exist with it. And if we choose Christianity as the one that is real, then just drown him in holy water, spray him with holy water. How does that not work? How does no one ever think of that? Well, then again, you don't really want to hold on to a doll that, you know, trying to kill you. Then again, just grab him. It's a doll. Just kick him. Something. Right? But enough about the 3 that don't make sense. Time to talk about the only one that does make sense, even though it literally makes the least amount of sense, and that's Freddy Krueger, the Dream Demon himself. The dude that had one reboot, and they said, yeah, I think that's good enough for their franchise, right? He makes the most sense because first of all, he's a demon. So, you know, he has insane durability, so that makes sense. And he appears in your dream, so yeah, it's kind of hard to do something in your dream. You ever try to punch someone in your dream? Yeah, it's not going to end well, man. You're not going to do anything to him. Even the lucid dreamers couldn't even do anything about him, which is, first of all, that doesn't make any sense. Lucid dreamers? I would have just summoned Exodia and blown his face off or something. But, you know, plot armor be plot armor, right? So, from ranking from least likely to most likely, I got Chucky dead last because it's a doll that could somehow feel pain, which makes him easier to take out if it were to be in the real world. I get it, voodoo doll doesn't really make sense, but hey, man, let's just pretend it makes sense, right? Then goes Michael Myers, because someone should not be taking that much damage and surviving and not bleeding out or dying due to infection, man. Like, he's just human. There's no supernatural ability of him except the whole he kills and he gets stronger. Like, okay, but can he survive a bazooka? No, I don't think so. Someone get the military and shoot him with a tank. People are like, oh, no, they won't send the military. Hey, just send the whole police force after him. That doesn't make sense. I got another point. In Halloween Kills, they got the whole mob trying to beat his ass and everything. Where's the police force? Like, there's literally none. There's like one police officer, and that's a security guard. Where's the whole police force trying to shoot the dude, man? I get the firefighters died, but they're firefighters. They're not meant to kill. They're just meant to save people. But that's another reason why it makes no sense in his movie, right? And then you got Jason, which is, you know, very muscular, very strong, and very useful for that matter. Because Jason's a lot younger than Michael in his continuity. So, and he has a machete, so, you know, he has a little bit of range. And he can shoot bows and arrows. I forgot about that. He can shoot bows and arrows, which means he has ranged weapons on you. And he can run. That's the scariest thing. He could run. Meaning you're not going to beat him in anything. He's a 6-foot something tall dude that could sprint at you. You're dead no matter what. Even with the gun, with the adrenaline running through his system, unless you can land a headshot, he's gonna kill you, man. It's over. And then it's Freddy Krueger, obviously, for the fact that he's a dream demon, and he's a demon in your dreams. Obviously, he's gonna have a lot more control there than in the real world. In the real world, once again, gun, ba ba ba, and he's dead because he died due to a fire, so it makes sense he would die due to a gunshot. And I got one which I talked about in the beginning, and that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And let me tell you something. That's the dumbest one for the fact that there's some clowns in that series that doesn't even use the cotton candy guns. They be using boxing gloves, which first of all ain't even a ranged weapon. And he fought a gang. And what happened after he killed the gang leader? Nothing much. They nothing much. Nothing happened. So how do I propose you beat the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Easy. With a gun. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me give you a brief rundown of how that would go down. Oh shit. God damn. Alright, I'll get that, I guess. Yeah, just don't make sure there are no killer clowns in there, alright? Alright, yeah, shut your mouth. I don't know about you. Man, there's a clown. I know. What do you want me to do? Alright, whatever. Oh, snap.